So we're here, Justina Love. We're at the This Is 50 office with G Unit's own Philly in the building.
Yeah, finally,
we got Mike Knox.
Now we get to see each other without the, cool COVID thing.
I mean, not for nothing though. Talking to you on live was your energy right through. Right through. Your smile, your energy. I love it. I'm like, wait, he raps or he's an R&B singer? No, I'm kidding. So let's talk about it from the jump, man. I mean, I got to chop it up with you, but I want to know the love for the music. When did it all begin for you? Being signed to G Unit. I mean, there's so many good things.
I think like on the music side of it, it started, I had got shot in like 90, I'm going a little far back.
That's all right.
But like early like 96, 96, something like that. I got shot, so I used to have like a real bad temper. My temper still be up there though.
Look at that, and I talked about you smiling.
No, that's a different, you know what I'm saying? But that's different now. But, so they used to tell me like, yo, you need to find something to kind of like calm you down a little bit. So I started like writing raps. And it started like being a little like, what they call it, like where your adrenaline kind of calms down. So I would just, whatever I would feel, I would just put it on paper.
It was like letting go.
It was like letting go.
It was a release.
And then I just started to entertain it more, and then, here we are.
And when did you meet 50? Where did that come about?
I met 50 in 2003 through an OG of mine named Steve Brody from Philly. He used to do parties and stuff like that, and they had a good relationship, and he was like, yo, I'm gonna take you to my man, and we met, and you know what I mean? And me and Yayo really kicked it off, because Yayo came to the city, and I had, like literally, Yayo would tell you, I had probably like 100 niggas at the hotel.
Oh God!
Like he was staying on one floor, and I like brought every other room on the floor.
Oh
like
my
literally, like this is a true story, and like it's crazy because that day he like wanted some weed, and this is a crazy story. So in my room that I was staying in, like we was just on there chilling. They was young at the time, because they still a little younger than me. It was Meek Mills and Joy Jihad before.
Wow.
Anybody like knew who Meek Mills was, and he the one that actually sold Yayo the weed.
Look at that!
You know what I'm saying? Like,
up.
Yeah, like so, we just got kind of like bonded. From that point, me and Ye got real tight, and then it just went from Ye to Fifth to Banks to it's just like everybody.
Wow.
But me, Ye, and Banks, me, Ye, and Fifth, just like,
And then we have, so you've been a part of G Unit. You have to talk to us about what it is to be a part of G Unit. Because to me, this is like, I remember that album dropping, and all I wanted to know was how, like go crazy, me and my girls, just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Talk to us about being a part of G Unit. Now you guys got G Unit Philly as well. Let's talk about all that.
It's more like you gotta be a hustler. You know what I'm saying? Like I always did everything from the ground up. I never asked for nothing. Like anything you ever see me do has been solely me. You know what I'm saying? Like now I got a team, I got partners, I got people that's behind me, that's we doing it together. But like everything been from the ground up. I never asked $5 for $1, like not one coin. I didn't have to.
So and then that goes back to when people talk about labels and they say, oh, they're not carrying us enough.
Yeah.
But this goes back to you even saying to yourself, you explained the relationship and the friendship you've had, but at the same time, you've built yourself from the ground up with the help.
Yeah, because you figure friendships is supposed to be not based on anything but loyalty. It's not supposed to be based on finances and what a person can do for you. I feel like a person can do things for you if you put yourself in a position for them to enhance you and take you to the next level, but you have to get it to that point. You know what I mean? So it took some time. I think in the beginning, I dealt with the pressures of 50 Cent don't know you, or 50 Cent don't mess with you, or you're an affiliate. So it's like, I kind of understand what like, what's the guys that's beefing right now with the Wu-Tang thing, like with Little Shaheem and, they was kind of like, had like a little thing, but I kind of understood what they kind of felt like they was like not a part of what it was, you know what I'm saying? But, it takes time, and he used to always tell me, yo, listen, when it's right, they gonna know. And here we go, 7 or 8 years later, after I did my time, which before I did my time, it was actually about to go. But I had to go away for a minute. So when I came back, he like, yo, I didn't even really know that it was going to happen like that. I was just coming to see them. And then he was like, yo, he just called me one day like, yo, where you at? I'm like, I'm in the house. He like, I know, I'm about to come over there. So I'm like, what?
What?
So I'm talking about people like, yo, he told me he about to come over to the house. So they thinking I'm just trying to get out the house.
Bro.
Like, I'm like, then next thing you know, they pull it out. So it's like, I got to move now. You know what I mean? And then from there, it just been.
Wow. Yeah. And then during your time in there, you know, 50 coming out with BMF, you was in there with Meech's brother.
Yeah, Southwest T.
And how was that? Talk to us about that.
It was crazy. T was very laid back. Very, very laid back, you know. We spent time in the hole talking through the vents.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know you can talk through the vents in a hole in different jails. So, like, T, yeah. We was in Fort Dix together.
Yo, honestly, I hear stuff like that and it's so inspiring. It's you know,
I was happy
it's a way of life, you know what I'm saying? You get in there and you have to make means and, you know.
Yeah. People don't know it's different when you in jail and you on celebrity status or, like, even me, I didn't feel like I was on celebrity status because I just adapted to the environment. But it's kind of different. It's kind of hard to really do your time because you got people watching you all day long. See, when you in jail and you in jail for that many days, like years, I mean, you got moments. Every day's not a happy moment. Every day's not a tough moment. Every day's not a rich moment. You have them fucked up moments.
That's right.
And then you have emotions, or you got kids, or you got a girl, or you got a wife, or you got somebody passing, or a homie dying, or, you know what I'm saying? So everybody gets to see all of those different faces that you got, so you can't front, because it's gonna show. Then you got the moments where you might got to kick a little ass, but I mean, you know, this just comes with the territory.
And then 50 Cent the whole bus for you.
Yeah, listen.
Brought you home all fancy. Did you expect that?
Nah, listen, here's the thing. I'm going to keep it real. I was like, I wasn't going to do music no more.
Wow.
Because I'm sitting there and I'm watching everything, and I'm like, I'm not even going to watch. I'm not watching. I wasn't listening to music. I stopped watching the award shows, and I was done with it.
Wow. You
know what I'm saying? And what happened was, like, I would, like, go, like, if I had to go to the nurse, get your checkups and all that, 6-7 months and everything. So they would say stuff like, yo, your voice.
Yes, I was just going to say,
what you going to do with your voice when you get out? And I'd be like, man, and I would just, like, really be off it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't even call I wouldn't even call nobody, like, for a while. And then one day I was like, yo, I can't keep ignoring what God is telling me to do.
That's right.
So I started writing a little bit because I didn't touch it for so long. And I think, like, when I got, like, I say, like, 6-month mark, that's when I started, like, you know what, all right, I'm going to give this shit a try again. You know, so when I made the call, like, yo, I got my date, and it was like, oh, he got his date? Yo, send a sprinter, send it. And it was like everything was moving so fast. So I just kind of like just fell into it, like, all right, cool, like, let's see what's gonna happen.
Let's go.
So
again, timing.
Yeah, so even if you look at the footage when I'm on the FaceTime with him in the thing, that's the first time I'm actually like really, like, I just got out. My legs are shaking. I just did 9 months in the hole.
Wow.
I was in the hole for 9 months, so my nerves is all bad.
That's right.
So I'm looking like I really can't believe I'm out, and you sent all of this. So it was a big thing. It was big.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now we have I Am the Motivation coming out.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And I could only imagine with this story why you called it this.
Yeah.
Talk to us about this. What's different about this project? What it took to create this?
You know, for me, it's like a lot of people in the industry feel like Philly artists can't make music because we're so open about just rapping. Like I come from a place where everybody is so bar driven and just turn the camera on, they just gonna start rapping with a beat or without a beat, and they may have great songs, but they never play them. So instead of playing your entire record and performing that record on the camera, they just a cappella rapping. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of executives be like, yo, they talented, but they just feel like they can't make a record. You know, but you know, you look and you see the Lil Uzis, you see P&B Rock, you see Meek Mills, you see you know, a lot of different artists, you know, from the city that's doing their thing. But you have a lot of other artists that really do know how to make music, but it's just not being brought to the forefront. So now what I did was I said, you know what? Everybody not doing these albums, they're doing EPs. So I'll put out volumes of I Am the Motivation, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll just give them different vibes and let them see, oh, we make records on this side. You know what I'm saying?
There's a strategy behind it.
So there's a strategy behind it.
I love it.
You know what I mean? It's a strategy. And then we did the Back Block Boys thing, which was me, Beanie Siegel, Young Chris, Freeway, Quilly, Osama, Foreign. And it was just showing the unity in the city that, you know, I had the momentum at the time. So it's like, I had the record. So, yo, come on, let's get everybody get on the record. I kind of fought with my partner, Tweet, about that record.
Why?
Because I think, I feel like in our city is so much, people don't want to feel like they following somebody. But I had to be reminded that I am a leader, so it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I did it with G in Philly with the Tone Trumps and the Kotiks and the Vegas.
Yes.
And that situation kind of had me a little, like they want that to happen again. But I'm so like, I feel like I've been going for so long, I have to focus on me first before I can even let anything else kind of like in and go from there. But I mean, the Back Block Boys project is like, I say like 75% done. And then we're gonna do a Back Block Boys movie. You know what I mean? Sort of like how they did like the No Limit like type Master P, about it type stuff like that. So we got some stuff coming.
So now this Saturday, that's happening in Philly.
It's Philly. It's moving.
Ooh,
Club
I am
Noto.
the motivation.
I am the motivation. Our release party at Club Noto, hosted by 50 Cent. Got some other surprise guys coming. It's gonna be a movie.
Now wait a minute. You started dropping all these names. You was talking about Philly. Could you put them in can I get a lineup from you?
A lineup of what?
Best rap. How the rap game is going?
I don't like none of them. So, who do I like right now? Right now.
Tell us.
I really like Rocky, female rapper from Philly. Rocky is a problem. I like Ryder, older Ryder. I like of course all my dogs. Osama Foreign. It's a lot of them. Somebody I'm missing that's gonna be mad, but Cree Forge. I like the people that.
What about the old heads?
I
won't call them old heads.
I don't like
Meek
none
Mill
of
gonna
them
see
old
this.
niggas. No. Freeway always.
Thank you.
He's not. I don't consider Freeway to be old though. Freeway, listen, you gotta.
No, that's why you see I worded that wrong.
Yeah.
Nah,
because
scratch that.
Look, I'm glad you said that though. You wanna know why? Because all of these young rappers keep going and blogging and saying you old or this person's old. There's no such thing, because that shit sounds dumb, because one day you're gonna be that age.
Yes.
So why say, yo, you too old to be doing this?
The wise one.
Yeah, I don't think music, they say music marks time, but it only marks the feeling of the time. It doesn't mark.
Thank you. And what about the timeless music?
Yeah, that's
that
timeless.
We hear that was made in the 90s and we're hearing it now, and it's still it's bringing all those nostalgia back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I agree with that.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, a lot of course, the Beanie Siegels, Oskino, Chris and Eve, all those guys. I mean, they, all of them.
When you gave me that little lineup, I didn't hear Will Smith. What's up with that?
Because Will Smith is like, he's on Pluto to us, like in a great way. Like that's like he went from music to Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? Like his best friend is a really, really good OG of mine, Charlie Mack. Like he like a mentor, so I could call him, get any information I want. But Will Smith is like, it's like the president does when he come through.
President of
You know what I'm saying? Like what can you say to Will? You can't tell Will no. Like who? Like you would be like looking crazy. Like that's Will Smith. So like yeah.
So on two other kings right now in Philly that I love what they're doing right now with the podcasting, Gillie and Wallo.
Oh yeah.
Talk to us about that. Like I feel like, what do you feel?
It's different for me because I know both of them. And I know them at the point where Wallo was a different person, right? And Gil was different because, Gil stopped rapping. And I tried them one day in the studio, like with the Back Block Boys project. I'm like, yo, get on this. And he didn't want to tell me no. So he like, listen, And he like, but bro, you know I don't rap no more. And I'm like, oh no, you for real? So that's not really like, no.
Okay,
but them, like, their job is easy because they really just being who they are. Like, they're not faking. Like, this is them off camera. Like, y'all probably get the best shit off camera than y'all do on camera. That's them all day.
I just love the positivity.
Yeah.
It's so real.
It's so big. It's next level.
Oh my goodness, it's really next level.
It's next level. It's going. They're going up. They really cracking eggs right now with what they're doing.
Tell me one thing you love about the industry and one thing you hate about the industry.
I love the rush. I love the competitiveness. I love competing. I love saying, oh, I'm going to get these niggas. But the whole time I really be in competition with the old me, I really don't be thinking about these niggas. But I really be like, oh, I'm going to get these niggas. Oh, when they hear this from right here, they going to be like, this motherfucker keep coming with it. I think that's it for me, you know, on that side. But what I don't like about it, the numbers. I don't like that they changed everything into, and it's not about whether I'm doing the numbers or not. I just feel like the numbers shouldn't dictate your talent.
Not only that, it becomes a different focus, even for the artist.
It's just it's just like the labels just the numbers. Yeah. You could have just been on the toilet and just rapping, and it's like he just did 10 million streams. He's the biggest thing, and it's like, no, he's fucking garbage. And y'all know it. Like, what are you talking about? But it's so number driven that what else do you have? So
that's so funny you said that. I interviewed a kid once, and that was his response when I asked him, so, you know, what is it about music? And he was just like, nothing. I put something together last night, and it went one night, and it went viral. And I'm like,
that's it.
I'm like, all right, this interview's done.
And that's it. But you have, listen, I learned that you have to insert yourself in the system. Listen, if you look at all of the guys that you feel like, and it's no shade, no shot to anybody, but like, I'm just using them as an example because they were the most current. Like, look at what Jadakiss just did with Verzuz. He changed the whole shit, but he can't change the numbers. He changed his numbers.
So
he can't change the numbers of the game, though. But he made people realize that a lot of that mumble jumble shit ain't gonna make it no more.
Seriously.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I love drill music, right? But let's be honest. Drill music is kind of slowing up. Pop Smoke is gone. It got a little different. 5-Year Foreign went away for a minute, so it got a little different. It's not nothing to nobody else and what they're doing, but I feel like there was a set of guys that was like really moving on the drill. You know what I mean? I might be a little off, but I feel like when you know, rest in peace to Pop Smoke, I actually got to meet him in Miami when me and 50 was in Miami, and just the intensity that he was giving it, and what 5-Year Foreign was giving it, and it's a few other guys from Brooklyn. I can't really.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's a lot of them that I just feel like at one moment it was so, and that, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's where kind of Backblock came from for me.
Oh, wow.
Because it was like, hold on, y'all telling me I can't rap regular? I gotta do some other shit? Hold on. So when I tried, Backblock was really, I'm gonna be honest with you, Backblock was really a joke. Not to discredit drill music or anything. I was just seeing if I could change my style up. And when I did the first verse, I was like, hold up, this shit sound all right. All right, come on, we're gonna finish this up. And it was the one. And it was actually the last one that I did on the album at that time. That was the last record. And that was the first record that worked. Yeah. So.
What's your writing process like?
That's crazy. That's another story. Yo, it's gonna sound crazy, but I did state time years ago before I did Fence. I was in and out of jail. I was crazy. But like I said, I told you I used to rap, so I was in a hole again. I'm like, damn, I got this rhyme I wanna write. I wanna write this rhyme. I gotta get it out my head. And I'm like, hey, God, give me a pen, Cause they would give you like little plastic pens.
Yeah.
And he came to the study like, man, what you keep me outside? I need a pen. I need a pen. I'm trying to write this rap. So he looked at me and was like, fuck no. Memorize it. Ooh. And I was like, you know what, bitch, that's what I'm gonna do. And I sat there and I kept saying the verse in my head, kept saying it in my head.
Oh, you just tried me.
Like,
I
you
got
just
you.
fucking tried me, right? All right. And then it just, from there on, I never wrote another rap. So for me in the studio, it's like, I hear the beat and you just come. And I just go right in and I know what I'm going to say.
How dare you almost stop trying to rap on us?
I really did.
The voice and that talent, don't
but
do
listen,
that.
It's crazy because those years that I stopped rapping while I was in federal prison, I didn't think about rap. I didn't care about rap.
Wow.
I nothing. But when I locked myself in, I said I'm going to do it. It's like all of the stories, everything I went through in jail just started coming out. So it was like, I think it was just like back there and just, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's hard to explain.
The talent is there.
Yeah,
give it to us.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it to y'all. I'm gonna give y'all some more.
Oh man, before we close and before we go, I love your stories, man.
Thank you.
So insightful. I have to ask you, one of your favorite situations, stories, a memory with 50 Cent.
All right, now hold on now.
That's a situation? I didn't mean that.
No, I'm saying like with him, like it could be good or bad.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, if I mention situation, it's like, wait a minute.
No, I'm playing. I think, listen, I'm gonna give you a real one. Before I went away, when I was doing two of them. Before I went away and I was doing the Beanie Siegel thing, I was doing the Beanie Siegel project. I was like, kind of like co-managing, co-A&R in this situation with 50 at the time. And we came up to see him. So we went, and I think he had a show or something that night that 50 did. And when we left, we was following him, right? And we was in the middle of Manhattan, and the police pulled us over. They didn't pour his shit over, they poured our shit over. We both in Suburbans, they pull it over. I'm like, oh shit. So now when they get out, I'm like, this ain't this bad. Because I don't think Five knew, but we had our uniforms with us. It was a little different that night. And I guess he noticed that we had got pulled over, and he told the driver to pull over, and he jumped out. And he came, and he went to them, he's like, yo, they with me. And when they seen him, they looked, and they still got, he's like, all right, we just want to run the plates and everything, make sure everything's cool and all that. So he looked at me and he said, you straight? I'm like, go the fuck back to the car. But they let us go.
Wow.
They let us go. That was a serious one for us that night. It could have went a little different on our side. That, and then I think one of the more memorable ones was me, him, and Chris Lighty. We all rode together to see Alicia Keys one night at her studio. They had some talking to do, and then that was the last time I actually seen Chris. We was all actually in the Suburban together, and we rode to Alicia Keys' studio and talked to her.
Wow, rest in peace.
Yeah, so those like my two favorite ones. I got a lot, but I can't give up the tape. Nigga might change the number.
So he just ran out the car and told the police, like,
nah, he really ran out the car and ran back. I was like, yo, no, they with me.
That's fire.
You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, we with him.
Because he could have stood in the car to see what was going to happen and then handled it later.
Shit, somebody else, they would have kept going. He was like, yo, just come when y'all get done. Nah, and then he always, even like before I went, he was always in tune with my situation and, speaking to my lawyer for me. And he actually didn't, it's crazy, but it was at a point where it was like, yo, financially, if something could have been done to stop me from going,
he wanted to do
that he was willing to do it. And I'll never forget, he was on the phone with my lawyer. He was on the call with my lawyer in his office, and the lawyer said what he said, and he looked at me, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna just go do my time. Because my relationship is not based upon the money at that point. I don't care about that shit. Like, this is my man, so I'm not gonna let you pay for my wrongdoing and what I did. I'm gonna go do what I gotta do and just come back and rock and roll from there. I think it was the best thing I could have done. So.
And you know what? Hearing that right now, I totally understand why you are your own motivation.
Yeah, definitely.
And before we go, what keeps you motivated?
I think
because you are your own motivation. So what, what is it that keeps you in that light?
Fear of losing.
I love it.
Fear of being in the situation that I once was in. You know what I'm saying? So You know, a lot of these guys, when they saying this crazy stuff they be saying, because they ain't been through shit. They ain't been in the situation where they can't move. They ain't been indicted. They ain't been in the interrogation
They're not talking through vents.
They don't know.
That's right.
So, you know, for me, like I said, it's fear, not being scared of any man walking this planet Earth, but fearing not being there to see my kids go through life being incarcerated behind some bullshit. So that be my motivation for everything.
Man, you heard it here, yo.
You
Such a pleasure.
Yeah, definitely.
Mike Knox.
Yeah.
This is 50. Just seen the love. We out of here.
Can we go get a drink or something?